This was set in Queen Mary's Hospital, which is part of the Imperial Hospital Group in London, and it's a documentary based in a week in and around the A&E and high dependency units in this hospital. And this whole episode was really based around the fact that it's somebody's job, this poor woman's job, to basically make the decision about who gets what bed. And she's basically every day.
There's a game show in that, I think.
Yeah,
as well.
Well, there's not much of a prize at the end.
Basically, no, you get to live a bit longer.
Don't even go there, crikey.
Yeah.
This is highly emotional. I think the BBC did this very well. There's a guy who's waiting for an operation on throat cancer. There's an elderly gentleman who's waiting for an operation, and he's kept waiting a number of hours, and you're seeing the kind of the groups of the people, the head of the medical director of HDU, seeing if any of the patients can be moved down. HDU is high dependency, by the way, sorry. And seeing if they could go onto a general ward. And it basically shows you the kind of chaos that can happen behind the scenes when you as a patient enter the hospital for a routine operation. The unfortunate part is that although they were able to do the operation on the gentleman with throat cancer, he passed away. That really got me. I mean, I don't know about you, Luke. That really hit me when you found out that he passed away.
Because what these documentaries do, we hear all these stories on the news, or we have been. What they do is they put a more human spin on a story, and you can't help but be drawn in and be affected. When you just hear about it on the news, you think, oh, it can't be so bad, or it wouldn't affect me, or whatever. And this shows you the people that it's affecting, and it shows you how tied some hands are. It's actually quite scary. I would hate to be watching this with an illness and thinking I'm going to be going into hospital soon. I'd hate to
like
know
Gary.
Well,
yeah,
no.
As I finished the sentence, I was thinking, "Oh bugger, Gary."
No, but the thing is that for those the podcast don't know, I'm waiting for an operation on my foot. I've had my sort of pre-op assessment, to make sure that I'm all okay and that I can go on.
We missed that. Gary goes pre-op.
That's a whole different.
That's a whole new podcast.
I was going to say ball game then, but that's
or lack of ball game, possibly.
Well, yeah. And actually, when I was in hospital the first time last year, I was in hospital 3 times. This was the first time. There were operations cancelled around me. People were waiting to go down, and they were told, sorry, it's not going to happen. And now I have some sort of better understanding of possibly why. One of the stories was a woman who'd had a huge heart attack failure in Norwich. And because St Mary's is a centre of excellence for heart failure, she was being ambulanced down, and that caused this kind of domino effect of, look, she's got to have this bed, therefore that person can't have their operation today. And this person had what was funny, well, not funny, again, it's not humorous, it's kind of dark humour, is the first thing that the patient said is, I've got my car in the car park, am I going to have to move it? He didn't think my car might, I need to change and whatever, the operation. The first thing he was thinking was, oh gosh, my car needs moving. And it does show the kind of, as you say, the very human side of it.
One of the reasons I didn't watch any American telly, and the reason I sort of was very poo-pooing of all that, was because in America they use their television to paint a picture to the rest of the country, or possibly to the world perhaps, of how great everything is. We do the complete opposite in this country, where if things are going poorly, like they are at the moment for the NHS, we don't shy away from showing that on screen. And although it was very difficult to watch, it was an important watch, I think.
Yeah.
And
it comes from that. It comes from the self-deprecating humour as well, doesn't it? That whole side where we are quite happy to poke fun at ourselves and look at ourselves in not the best light, which America is a prime example. Don't do it. I mean, other countries don't either.
I was just going to say, this is different from 24 Hours in A&E, which focuses mainly on the sort of patients, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is focusing on a specific trust.